All right, folks, you are watching the Cam Rogers Show here on Chat Sports. I am Cam Rogers. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. Continue the conversation when I am off air. All right, so we talked about Super Bowl 53 odds. Let's talk about the MVP odds for the 2018 season. Counting you down from 10 all the way to 1 here. So let's start with the tie for 10th. Captain Kirk himself, $84 million guaranteed. Well, he's certainly putting food on the table for the kids. Well, I don't even know if he has kids, but you know what I'm saying. New offensive coordinator John DeFilippo, like him a lot, comes on over from Philadelphia. They have Stephon Diggs. They have Kyle Rudolph, Adam Thielen, really good players. But MVP, by the way, plus 2,000 odds. Sure, if you want to throw down $5, why not? But Kirk Cousins as an MVP? No, I'm good. I mean, the lack of playoff experience speaks for itself. And I know the playoffs don't really correlate with MVP at all, but it's something to bear in mind. The Vikings are going to have some big-time, important prime-time games, and I question whether or not Kirk Cousins can get it done. Now, the Vikings are a very talented team, defense, offense. They might win in spite of Kirk Cousins, and I think he's a fine quarterback, but MVP? I'd rather go with this guy at the same number, plus 2,000, Cam Newton. Why? He won the MVP before. He has proven to us he can be the focal point of an offense. He can carry a team when needed. Yeah, there's the accuracy issues and all of this. Yeah, there's the change at offensive coordinator. Norv Turner is now there, and he's not the best OC out there, but he's still a smart guy. And so maybe he and Cam Newton can get some continuity going for the regular season. I like McCaffrey a lot. C.J. Anderson, really solid running back too. The wide receivers leave some to be desired. I wonder if DJ Shark is going to have a big time, DJ Moore. I'm getting my DJs mixed up. DJ Moore out of Maryland will have a big year for the Carolina Panthers. Could happen. But I think Cam Newton's going to run the football a little less this year, particularly with McCaffrey probably seeing a bigger role and C.J. Anderson getting some goal line touches. Look, if you're comparing Cam to Kirk, would rather go Cam, but I like these other guys that we'll get to here on the list. So let's go to number 8 here. Another former MVP, Matt Ryan, plus 1,900 odds to win the trophy. Really balanced roster there in Atlanta. I think Matt Ryan is in for a bounce-back campaign. His touchdown total last year, his lowest since his rookie season of 2008. So regression to the mean. Bounce-back campaign, I would think, for Matt Ryan in 2018. He could be part of the MVP conversation, especially if Steve Sarkisian figures out this offense. Devontae Freeman is there. Tevin Coleman is there. Calvin Ridley is the new wide receiver there out of Alabama. I like the offense. I like the offensive line. Alex Mack, Levitre, these guys are solid. So there's an argument to be made that Matt Ryan will be part of the MVP buzz here. So at plus 1,900, I like that number from a value perspective. Hate this number here. And no disrespect to Deshaun Watson, there's just too many unknowns. Plus 1,700 odds for Watson to get MVP here, thanks to BetDSI. And it's not necessarily an indictment on Deshaun. It's an indictment on the offensive line for Houston. Houston's offensive line is bad. I mean, I can't pick one good player on that front five. And usually that's the case in the NFL. Even when you have a bad offensive line, there's like one guy that's solid. There's nobody there. Used to be Dwayne Brown. He's now with Seattle. Recently signed an extension. So I'm not going Deshaun. Don't want to spend much time on him here at plus 1,700. I am telling you, do not put any money down on him. The Texans probably won't be in the AFC South conversation. They might be in the wild card conversation, but again, I like some other guys on this list. Russell Wilson, better than Deshaun, still don't love him. And again, it's about the team around him. It's the same logic with Deshaun Watson. Who's blocking for Russell Wilson? Talked about Dwayne Brown. He's there at left tackle. He's good. But other than that, it's pretty brutal. And so I think Russell is going to be running for his life in this season, and maybe Procise and Carson and McKissick can help out here in the backfield. But I'm not relying on those guys to, let the play action happen down the field and allow Russell Wilson some time and pass protection. No thanks. At plus 1,600, it's not like crazy favorite odds by any means. He is tied for 6th. But I probably won't throw any money down on Russell. I'd rather put money down on Matt Ryan and some other guys we'll talk about later in the program. Want to give a shout out to Adam in the comments section. What's up, my man? Appreciate you tuning into the program here. Also want to give a shout out to BetDSI. Do you think you know more than other NFL fans out there? It's time to be a player, not a talker, folks. Get paid for being a genius when it comes to sports. Visit chatsports.com/bet. That's chatsports.com/bet. Go there, use our exclusive offer to get up to $600 in free money. Use that promo code CAM120, $100 down, $120 in your pocket for free. All right, let's continue along here and talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. Some 49ers fans watching the show, been tracking some of the comments. My guy Marcus is watching, as he always does. Jimmy G tied for 6th with Russell Wilson, plus 1,600 odds. If I am picking between Russell and Jimmy, I'm going Jimmy. For a few reasons here. Now, I think the Jerick McKinnon injury really hurts the 49ers as a team this year. Yeah, Alfred Morris, I have faith in him. Matt Breida, sure, all that. But McKinnon was going to be the guy for that run game, and I really was excited to see what he could do in that Kyle Shanahan zone blocking scheme there. Not the reality anymore. As for Garoppolo, love Marquise Goodwin, love George Kittle. Pierre Garçon's going to be solid as well. Hey, Trent Taylor, he'll be a factor in moving the chains. Dante Pettis, that second-round selection, he's a nice little spark plug. By the way, sneaky guy to watch out for, Richie James out of Middle Tennessee State. Really fun player as well. So, hey, Jimmy Garoppolo, by the time the season's done here, will be a top 10 quarterback. I've been saying that for weeks, for months, to be honest with you. Right now, he's not a top 10 quarterback, and I'd rather put my money on Matt Ryan. But if we are comparing, the ties here at 6 between Wilson and Garoppolo, I'll go Jimmy G. All right, let's talk about Drew Brees here. We are now into the triple digits in terms of the odds, plus 950 for old Drew. Well, if I'm picking New Orleans to win the Super Bowl, that means I should probably put some money down on Drew Brees, right? That would make some sense. And yeah, I think Drew could have an MVP type of campaign because I think his efficiency is going to be fantastic. He's not going to be throwing the football a lot because the Saints have a really good run game. But because they have a good run game, the play action is going to work. The pass protection will be there. The shots down the field to the likes of Ted Ginn and Michael Thomas will be there. And so from an efficiency standpoint, Drew Brees is a guy to watch out for. All right, so plus 950 odds there on old Drew. Stay away from this guy, Carson Wentz, plus 725. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he is not cleared for contact yet. Nick Foles is starting tomorrow night against the Atlanta Falcons. We don't know when Carson's going to be starting. He's close, but what does close mean? It's all relative, right? For you, close could mean next week. For Doug Peterson, it could mean 3 weeks down the line. And if Carson Wentz misses 4 games, bye-bye MVP conversation. I mean, he's already behind the 8 ball for missing week 1. So in terms of the BetDSI odds and value, probably not going in that direction there at 725. So Wentz is 3rd on the list. The MVP from last year, Tom Brady, is 2nd at plus 500. Sure, I can throw some money down on old Tom. He's showing no signs of slowing down by any means. Why would I not? I mean, there's no Peyton Manning type of erosion here. Father Time, coming into play. Eventually, it will, trust me. But as of now, Tom Brady is playing at a very high level. Now, here's my concern. New England has nobody at wide receiver outside of maybe Julian Edelman and Hogan. But like Cordero Patterson and Matthew Slater's technically a wide receiver, but he's a special teams guy. Like, get Des Bryant, and then I'll definitely throw some money down there on Tom Brady. And then finally, you got Aaron Rodgers, plus 450. Here's the thing. There's no guarantee, A, that we'll see a full season from Aaron Rodgers, and B, if Rodgers is going to get back to his old all-pro form in this post-injury era for him. As the favorite, I get it. He's uber talented, fantastic quarterback, can make a throw from anywhere on the football field. If you want to throw some money down on Aaron, go for it. I personally like the longer odds. So the likes of Garoppolo and Matt Ryan are guys that intrigue me. But Aaron Rodgers, for sure, can be in the MVP conversation, and it makes sense that he is the favorite there. So let's summarize the list. Aaron, 450. There's Tom. Carson Wentz there at third. Drew Brees, Jimmy Garoppolo. And then BetDSI shows us some longer odds here. Russell Wilson, no thank you. Deshaun Watson, nope. Matt Ryan, great value. Cam Newton, sure, why not? At plus 2,000. Kirk Cousins, no thank you. If somebody from the Vikings wins MVP, I think it's more likely to be Stephon Diggs or Adam Thielen or Dalvin Cook than I talk about Kirk Cousins. And that's, keeping positional value in mind there.